Right, Conor McGregor will be coaching the next season of The Ultimate Fighter against Michael Chandler. That is correct. Dana White made the announcement last week, and a lot of people are very, very excited. And I got to be honest, I'm excited as well. This is a huge season of The Ultimate Fighter, and it will be a massive fight.
Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler will go head-to-head as the coaches of The Ultimate Fighter, Team McGregor versus Team Chandler.
Now, listen, as we know, The Ultimate Fighter went away for a little bit, came back with Amanda Nunes versus Juliana Pena. They were the coaches. But Michael Chandler versus Conor McGregor, come on, that is going to be must-see TV. Chandler is a very nice guy. He's not controversial whatsoever. But as we know, Conor McGregor is. So if there's one person on planet Earth that is going to annoy Chandler, that is going to get under his skin, that is going to poke the bear, that is Conor McGregor. Who knows? Maybe they get along very well, but I don't think they will. But regardless, that doesn't matter. Reality TV, that'll be great. You know, we'll have some McGregor's entertaining, right? Inside the cage, outside the cage. He's very entertaining, very polarizing, controversial, exciting, whatever you want to call him. He's must-see TV. Him and Chandler, it'll be a fantastic season. That's all well and good. I can't wait to see the coaching and all the rest of it. Fantastic. I want to see the fight. That is really what I want to see. That's the exciting part for me. Listen, The Ultimate Fighter is incredible. I'm a big fan of it. That's how I made my entry into the UFC on season 3. Of course, I coached season 9 and season 14. So The Ultimate Fighter will always have a special place in my heart. But it's the fight at the end of the season that I want to see. And they don't get much bigger than McGregor versus Chandler. Now, as we know, McGregor snapped his leg last time out against Dustin Poirier, and he's been out of action for quite some time. Now, he looks like he's bulked up a little bit, and that is a big talking point. Okay, he's not in the USADA testing pool. And speaking frankly, one would assume that he's been taking some steroids to help the healing process. And obviously, he's put some size on and things like that. And USADA came out recently, made a statement that said, no, he's not in the testing pool right now, but he will need to go through 6 months of testing to get cleared to be eligible to fight. Now, they did say sometimes they make exceptions about that. However, for the fight right now, it's going to be over 6 months away. There's no reason why he can't join the testing pool right now. So one would assume McGregor very shortly will go into the USADA testing pool. The taping of The Ultimate Fighter will start soon because it airs sometime in May. So that would mean May, June, July. Well, that ain't 6 months. So I would assume that this fight goes down. Michael Chandler, Conor McGregor, Madison Square Garden in November. That will be the fight. Now, that will be the date, I assume, okay? But let's talk about the fight. The fight is going to be sensational. This is not an easy fight for McGregor. Far from it. McGregor's always had the self-belief that he's one of the best fighters that history has ever seen. And certainly he did that. He did make history, the biggest star, 2-weight division champion at the same time, the first one to ever do that. But he's had a fall from grace. So what? No big deal. Michael Chandler, he hasn't won his fights recently either, but he has been nothing but excitement inside that octagon. And them two against one another, you know this is going to be a crazy fight. Michael Chandler just has something about him that he has an easier path to victory. He is a tremendous wrestler, but he doesn't really use it. He goes out there, last time out against Dustin Poirier, just swinging like a maniac, loading up with every single shot, trying to knock out Dustin Poirier. But of course, Dustin, tough as all boots, didn't get the job done, came up short. Against Justin Gaethje, he did wrestle a little bit, but my God, what a back and forth war that was. So one would assume Conor McGregor, Michael Chandler, I mean, this has got Fight of the Year written all over it. And pay-per-view, oh my God, because Michael Chandler you can't miss the guy. Anytime he fights, if you're a fan of mixed martial arts, you want to see him fight. And he wants the biggest fights possible. He's been calling out Conor McGregor for a long time, and now he gets it done. And we don't just have them two talking a bit of shit leading up to this one. No, we have, whatever it is, 8 weeks or 12 weeks leading up to this of a reality TV show where they're going to push each other's buttons. They're going to talk a bit of shit. They're going to have promo for days, and this fight is going to be absolutely ridiculous. Now, for Michael Chandler to win this fight, he's got to use the wrestling. He's got to use the wrestling. I'm not saying that he can't compete on the feet. Of course he can. Of course. But the smartest path to victory would be to wrestle him. That's not saying that McGregor can't stop takedowns. Of course he can. Against Khabib Nurmagomedov in that first round, he did a very, very good job of defending the takedowns. But of course, eventually Khabib had his way. No shame. Khabib always does that. But Michael Chandler's going to go out there. He's just going to throw everything he's got, throw everything but the kitchen sink. McGregor's going to do the same, and it's going to be absolutely ballistic. But McGregor's been away. By the time this fight comes around, that'll be 2.5 years away from the octagon for McGregor. Of course, he had the leg injury, so it's not like 2.5 years he's been training the whole time. Of course, he's been rehabbing that injury. He's been enjoying himself on yachts. He's been kicking off at bloody MTV parties with Machine Gun Kelly. McGregor's still been providing hours and hours of entertainment. But it's the true entertainment inside the octagon. But has he still got it? That is the big question. And that's why I respect him for taking this fight. There was easier fights for him to take. There was a rumor that McGregor was going to go up against Tony Ferguson. Tony Ferguson would have been, with respect to Tony, kind of a more winnable fight. Even though Tony and Chandler went up against one another and Tony started it well, it ended up with him getting front kicked into oblivion. So it's a tough fight for McGregor. You know, as I say, he's been away for a while. He's getting older. He's been partying a bit. He snapped his leg. He's gone up to 170, 185, 205, whatever he weighs. Now, if the fight takes place at 155, he's going to lose all that mass. He's going to come off the supplements that he's been taking. He's going to get fit. He's going to get in shape, and he's got to stay focused. McGregor, you know, he's a man that likes to party a little bit. So what? You know, that's his personality type. He's going to be in Vegas for a while. Will he be training the whole time? Maybe, maybe not. We don't know. But what we do know for sure that this fight will guarantee it'll just be sensational. Who do I think wins? I mean, there is a potential that McGregor lights him up. There's a potential that McGregor lands that left hand and knocks him out. Could you imagine? The world would lose its mind. The king is back. I'm not surprised. All that type of stuff. But I don't know if he will. I don't know if he's got the timing. I don't know if the power is still there anymore. You know, at 145, McGregor was blitzing everybody. Of course, at 155, when he won the belt over Eddie Alvarez, one of the best performances of his career. But 2016 was a long time ago. 7 years ago. A lot has changed since then. Dustin Poirier was able to take his best shots. Michael Chandler was able to take the best shots of Dustin Poirier as well. So I don't think a one-punch knockout is necessarily on the cards. I think an absolute war, back and forth, to use a cliched term that I hate saying, rock'em sock'em robots. That's what we're going to see. We're going to see a war. We're going to see a fight. And if McGregor doesn't get it done, will it be the last time we see him in the octagon? Potentially. If McGregor gets it done, will we see him fighting for the belt next? That is a given. That is 100%. Just prepare yourself mentally for that. And regardless of whatever you think, he's the biggest star in the sport. He's a former 2-weight division champion, and he's a person that people want to see fight. So if he goes out there and he beats Michael Chandler, who's one of the top-ranked lightweights on the planet, and he does it in exciting fashion, I'll be honest, I'd have no problem with him fighting for the belt. But McGregor versus Chandler, I'm excited. Take my money already. The season of The Ultimate Fighter will be phenomenal, but the fight will be the true icing on the cake. And there it is. Everyone wondered, was it going to be the trilogy with Nate Diaz? Was it going to be Tony Ferguson? You know, no. Michael Chandler. And I love it. Personally, that's one of the best matchups that they could have possibly made. And I sign off on that one. Anyway, hope you're all well. Subscribe, ring the bell. I'll see you soon.